Perfect. So I'm currently an assistant professor in AI law in Durham University. Back when we did this project, I was also at Keele, where my colleague Dr. Emma Allen is based as a lecturer in law. And I will today give you a very brief flavor of a project we did to capture some evaluations of students when it comes to AI output as a means of assessment. So obviously, I'm not going to read the whole of this slide. I don't have the time, but we find this categorization by Perkins and his colleagues very helpful in terms of integrating AI in assessment, from no AI, prohibiting the use of AI, to the other end of the spectrum, which is using AI throughout the assessment to support your work, and you do not even have to specify which content is AI generated. So in between those two ends of the spectrum, you have different sort of combinations of how to integrate AI and to what extent to allow it or even to encourage it. In our case, at Keele Law School, what we did is we went for what is classified as level 4 by the authors of this study, which is that essentially you have AI help you complete the task, but then you really put a lot of emphasis on human evaluation of and interpretation of the AI-generated content. We think this is really crucial because it encourages a deeper understanding of the capabilities and limitations of AI tools beyond just using them, to get a nice paragraph or to get some help. It kind of gives you a critical perspective of the technology. And we think this is essential learning for people in the 21st century. This is essential learning, in our case, for lawyers who are going to go into legal practice or other jobs, and they're going to have a lot of AI in their firms and in their organizations. So with a very brief slide on the process we followed, we actually helped them understand the system of AI they're going to use, either ChatGPT or Claude. We then prepared them to respond to a problem question with the use of AI. And during the class, we asked them to use the AI to do this problem question and then submit the problem question to us. This was the first workshop. And in the second workshop, we did have feedback on how they did on the problem question. And then we prepared them to do a reflection. So to reflect on this experience of using AI to tackle a legal problem question. And then we assessed this reflective analysis. We assessed this reflection they wrote on how they interacted with AI. And my last slide, really, what was the outcome of this project? We found it's really interesting what produced in terms of student views. We gathered student views through a questionnaire, and we found they really enjoyed the process through the use of AI to tackle legal problem questions. They thought this is really interesting, different aspects to learn. It made the assessment enjoyable, different to usual assessment. Also, some of them found that this kept them more focused on the question because it had this dialogic element, this iterative feedback loop to them. So in a sense, they felt this feels better in terms of being assessed, which is, I think, a quite interesting insight. The second key message I wanted to convey is they liked the process. They didn't like the outcome so much. So they thought the AI is not good enough to really tackle legal problem questions and to legal analysis in depth. So they thought it's vague, it's limited, it's repetitive, it's shallow, descriptive, not in-depth legal analysis, not a reliable resource. So to us, this was very successful because it made them aware of the limitations of the technology. I think this probably brings me close to time, so I will give the floor back to Phil, but I'm very open to discussing further in the breakout rooms or later. So thank you so much for having me.